Welcome to Remembering at Maris Grove. I'm your host, Dr. T. Philip Thompson, Professor Emeritus of Media and Communication at Westchester University and a recent resident of the beautiful community of Maris Grove in Glen Mills, Pennsylvania. With me today, once again, is Len Dwares, who is going to, again, share some memories from his childhood. In fact, when he was just 4 years old. Now, I gotta tell you, Len, that I don't remember a whole lot from when I was 4 years old, but you have in your memory banks a very vivid memory of something that happened at that tender age. Tell us about that memory.
Well, I remember, and I don't know how, but my mother was in Boston when she shouldn't have been, but nobody told her that. There was no warning for that. However, she went to Boston, and all of a sudden, a hurricane struck the beach, and she wasn't around. However, I had my nose up the window of my grandfather's store, plate glass, and there was my mother coming home. That was a terrific memory. And from there on, the hurricane really hit. Our house was lucky because we were on top of the hill.
So the hurricane primarily affected the beach, not the hill that you lived on.
The beach and behind the beach. But the amusement park had been there since the 1800s was totally obliterated
by this hurricane.
Yeah, and they were all wooden buildings, with stands and food places and penny arcades.
Now, help me picture this, Len. Now, you were just 4, and you were at this amusement park?
No. My grandfather's store.
Your grandfather's store was at the amusement park. What did the store sell? Was it like hot dogs or what?
But my grandfather's store was on a hill about 6 blocks away from the beach.
Ah.
The tidal wave hit the beach and obliterated the whole amusement park that was been there since the 1800s. It was written up as one of the first amusement parks in the country.
Now, did you get to go to that amusement park before it was blown away?
Oh, yeah. My mother used to take us down there. My sister wasn't born yet. She was born in 1939. So my mother used to take me for a walk. Everybody walked on the beach. There was no air conditioning. And
did you play in the penny arcade?
A little bit.
Yeah.
But it was after that the penny arcades were gone. But I remember talking to people, and you could, for a penny, there were no flippers at that time. So if you didn't tilt the game, you were good.
But you tried to get the ball into a certain hole, is that right?
Well, wherever it would go in these games.
Okay, all right.
But the beach was gone.
Yeah.
The amusement park was behind. Was the across the street from the sand. So, and I told you about my father's business. He supplied the provisions to the beach, as hot dogs, et cetera. And since the beach was gone, he had nobody to sell his hot dogs to.
So his store survived, but his stock of hot dogs, but he couldn't sell them because the amusement park was gone.
Yeah, that's what happened. Well, shortly thereafter, World War II started for the United States, and my father went to Hingham Shipyard, which you told me you know where it is.
I know where Hingham is. Yeah, it's on the South Shore.
It's no longer a shipyard, and he was helped building what was called destroyer escorts. on a scaffolding.
You know what
But,
it is now? It's like a retail shopping area. They have a nice, yeah,
you know,
right where the shipyard was.
in Wilmington there's a on the river. There's used to be a Dravo shipyard that built ships.
Mhm.
Now there's hotels, movies, but
And the Riverwalk, the Wilmington Riverwalk.
yeah.
Right. But getting back to your childhood memory, how do you think that affected you? Have you ever been in a hurricane ever since then?
No, I've been down in Bethany Beach. There's been a lot of big rainstorms, but
Mhm.
no hurricanes that I know of.
We had a big rainstorm here a couple weeks ago. Actually, it was about a month and a half ago, but I remember it vividly because we had a leak in our apartment. And we're on the bottom floor here in Maris Grove. So, you know, that was something to see a leak. But they fixed it up for us.
Yeah, that's a good part of Maris Grove. You know, you have a problem. We had a disposal that was probably 9 years old, and it stopped working.
Uh-huh.
So they came up. The people that fixed it came up. Oh, you need a new one. So up bounced a new one. They put in a new one, and we have a new disposal. That's one of the big things of Maris Grove.
Yeah, I like living here. It's a nice place. And I especially like meeting interesting people like Len Dwares, who is our guest today on Remembering at Maris Grove. Now, before we leave, is there anything else you want to recall from when you were a young boy? I mean, in the aftermath of the hurricane, even though your house stood, was there any other damage besides to the amusement park?
The amusement park was gone.
Mm-hmm.
The tidal wave swept it away.
Mm-hmm.
And now, if you take a ride down, there's beautiful apartment buildings. And I think there's one restaurant still there called Kelly's, where you got roast beef sandwiches. That's the only one left that I know of from the 38 hurricane.
Okay, so that stood, but otherwise, that part of the beach, now that's on the north shore of Boston.
Now, a real aside to that was my wife and I were in a furniture store. And there were 3 pictures on the wall. I said, Ellen, that's Revere Beach, because there was a cement bandstand that didn't get swept away. And across the water was a place called Nahant, Massachusetts. And I said, that's pictures of Revere Beach. So we took them off the wall, and there was, lo and behold, there were 3 pictures, prints, done by an artist named Prendergast. So that was my 50th birthday party.
Excellent. And now you're 51. No, you're not. You're 92 because you remember 1938 when you were 4 years old, and I remember how to do math. When is your birthday, Len?
The 24th.
Of this month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're actually going to be turning 92 on August in just a couple of weeks. Well, happy birthday early. How's that?
I don't know where the time went, frankly.
Well, you know, when you're at Maris Grove, it's like every day is living the life.
Well, the good part about it is, Joyce and I get reservations for 4 every day. And sometimes it's just the 2 of us. We ask the people at the desk, do you have anybody to sit with us? And you can't believe how interesting those people are. They sit us with 2 people. Most of them are younger than me, but not much. And what they did in life is fantastic.
Yeah, so, and they have lots of memories, and it's good to recall, especially memories from your childhood.
Well, in my business, I was CPA, but I did a lot of training for people, and you learn to find out what was without trying too hard. Find out what they did and how successful they were. And you believe me, it's just great.
Maybe you should host this show sometime and interview me or someone else. Maybe someone else in the podcast club. Who knows?
I'll do that.
Well, what do you think? You want to do that sometime?
I'll do that.
If I show you how?
What?
Yeah. If I show you how to do it, you want to try it?
I'll try. I try anything.
Okay. Well, maybe we can set you up to do the next episode of Remembering at Maris Grove. But I want to thank you again for joining us and sharing with us some of your memories. Thank you, Len, and thank you for watching Remembering at Maris Grove.